Good day, viewers, and welcome to another exciting episode on Moments with PJ. My name is Chinasa Elizabeth Omerugo, and I will be your anchor for today's episode. With me here is our knowledgeable guest in person
Wow.
of PJ, who is going to assist us in giving us insights, enlightening us on how best we should handle disagreements in relationship. Basically, conflict resolution techniques. As we all know, effective conflict resolution is key to a healthy and thriving relationship. Conflict resolution is a skill that can be developed through practice, patience, and dedication. PJ, you're welcome to today's
Thank
episode.
you for having me, Chinasa.
We always look forward to seeing you on the show because
Thank
we
you.
know it's going to be very educating.
Thank
My first question here is, what strategy do you use to address conflicts that involves differences in values or beliefs? Take
you.
a scenario, you're a Christian person and you got married to a Muslim person out of love.
Okay.
And now you have different beliefs when it comes to religion. Probably you went for a midweek service and you came home and you're like, ah, sweetheart, this is what I was taught in church today. You're trying to share the knowledge you gained from
And she
church.
is a Muslim.
And let's use the husband now
Okay.
as the Muslim.
Okay.
And the husband is like, no, in my religion, it is not so. And a disagreement erupts from that conversation.
Okay.
So, what the strategy they should use as spouse, either from the male angle or from the female angle?
Okay. I'll start by saying, he that chooses the beginning of
Of
a
the
road
road
has chosen where the road
will end.
ends. The day you decide to allow love permit you marry someone of different faith is the day you open your life to such experiences.
Mm.
It's going to be there. There's no problem about that. Okay, but that being said, there is no problem without a solution.
Mm-hmm.
Every problem has a solution. It is the willingness to allow reason to prevail. The reason problem persists in relationship is because we still hold on to our own rightness. All right,
Mm.
that is why. So that religious incompatibility will always throw up challenge
Mm-hmm.
once in a while. In fact, there's going to be deeper conflict when they start procreating.
Mm.
The man will say, "Oh, I'm a Muslim. I want to give my children Muslim name."
Mm-hmm.
The woman say, "Oh, I'm a Christian. Add a Christian name." So it will always be there. But because they love themselves so strong that they feel their love is stronger than that religious compatibility,
Mm.
I want to believe they should have understanding, maturity, and patience in navigating such a challenge.
Mm.
The challenge with belief is very fundamental
Yeah.
because belief is deep rooted.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just wish it away. Belief is a man system. And so any problem that is emanating from it, not something you rush into.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It entails a lot of discipline and understanding. Because you love this person, knowing that his or her relation was different from yours, you should be able to be patient and also flow with them in the crisis. But that can never be the end.
Mm.
It will always come because they are poles apart.
Differences.
They are poles apart. Yes.
Mm. Thank you so much, PJ, for that explanation. In emphasis to the name giving of your offsprings in the relationship where you have the Muslim and the Christian.
Yes.
And in this scenario, the man is the Christian,
Okay.
the woman is a Muslim.
Okay.
And the man is insisting, I don't want any Muslim name for my children. I just want everything biblical names. So as the woman now, and she's saying, no, we can give them one or two because of my own family. But the husband insists, no, I don't want any names. Don't name them. Don't even call them. Even you as the wife, you have to call them the Christian name. So as the woman, what should she do in this case?
In the first place, the man is not understanding. You see, that is why we must preach religious tolerance.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I am not of the same faith with you, but I should be able to tolerate you and your belief system.
Yes.
All right. We have friends who are of different religious faith with us, but we still call their names.
Of course.
I get to what I'm saying.
Definitely.
So
That's
I call
true.
their names. So why can't I call my own child?
Child.
All right. But it's got this fanaticism that is causing it. If this Muslim woman is good enough to be your wife, come on, and she has given you these children, I don't think it is out of place to permit her to have a name or two in between for the children. That doesn't mean when the children grow up, they'll come and end up being a Christian or being a Muslim. It's about liberality of our hearts. And calling them Christian names doesn't even mean that when they get to the age of accountability, they remain Christians. Of course, because they'll get to a point where they'll choose for themselves. You understand? And so the name you call them is immaterial. When they get to the age of accountability to choose from right and wrong, they decide which faith they follow. So you the man, you start it in the first place by going to marry where you feel is best. So if for love you marry, for that same love, you should give them the name of a Muslim. So the man is very, very wrong in that regard. Yes.
Thank you so much, PJ. How do you balance individual needs with the needs of the relationship during conflict?
Okay, individual needs and the need
The
of.
needs of the relationship.
Give me an example of what you mean by needs of relationship.
Like, for example, I could say, I as a person, let's use food for instance.
Okay.
Because in the relationship, it involves two persons.
Yes.
But I as a person, I love probably rice.
Oh.
And
Okay.
my spouse does not want to hear that word rice.
Okay.
He prefers swallow,
Okay. Solid.
solid. And of course, it's something the either spouse should know before getting into the
Certainly.
marriage.
Of course. Of course.
But they agreed. They all know their differences and they agreed. But along the line, it seems, oh, this woman is not really buying into a swallow person. She just wants to eat what she likes, what she feels is good for her, and it becomes a problem.
Okay.
And I want to limit it to their financial capacity.
Oh, finances.
Yes, I'm limiting it to financial capacity that they cannot afford to make two meals at the same time.
Because of the financial
Yes,
status.
yes.
Okay, sacrifice. See, marriage involves a lot of things. Many factors play in to have a healthy relationship. All right. I'll tell you mine, for example. Before I got married, I don't like any soup that draws, whether it's ogbono or okra. I don't like it. Even when I was still growing as a boy, I don't eat it at home. But when I got married, that happened to be my wife's best.
Hmm.
Today, it is my best. Not because of the financial stuff now, but over time, love has a way of blending things. You see, love conquers all the same. When indeed love is in your heart for your spouse, you will come to their level. You know, so at the root of all this position is the love we've not allowed to have its way. When love have its way, love breaks barrier. Now, even if you will not do that I want, you'll be considerate for love. All right. Yes. So yes, I can sacrifice my personal need. Ideally, each party should sacrifice their personal need for their family need. All right. So I should not allow the family need to suffer for my personal gain. There is that need for sacrifice. Marriage is sacrificial. Marriage is sacrifice, and one party must be ready to pay it. So the bottom line is, if I need to sacrifice my gain so our family goes smooth, I should do it. That is what is called maturity. The two don't necessarily to sacrifice, but you that is making the sacrifice, you are the mature party of the union. Do you understand? So besides understanding, besides all of that, there is the need for maturity. Maturity is letting go your rights. for the sake of the sweetness of the home. Because if you individually want to hold on our needs and our demands, the center will not hold. At the end of the day, we'll both suffer from it. So it's a case of losing what I want to having my home intact.
In essence, in relationship, for we to avoid or manage conflict, we all edit. Sacrifice is key.
It's key.
Is key. You need to be able to sacrifice some certain things that you're used to. You need to be able to even sacrifice your time
Mm.
in a relationship to avoid conflict or manage conflict. So I want to ask, how do you use non-verbal communications during conflicts effectively?
Non-verbal.
Verbal.
All right. Ideally, when there's a conflict, the common word to use is "I'm sorry." All right. Now we must understand the concept of sorry or of saying sorry. The idea is to register regret in the heart of the offended. That's the idea. I'm sorry. You are registering what? An act of regret. That I am sorry may not heal the offended party, but it has registered that, okay, my spouse has understood that I'm not happy, so it has registered. All right, so that registration will be fighting the pain and the hurt. That is the verbal way of doing things. But there are many ways to register that without verbalizing it. For example, there are actions. There are actions. Some persons don't know how to say I'm sorry, but when they wrong you, you can start playing some good girl around you. Can just buy you gifts. All they are trying to tell you is, I'm sorry
In a
for what I
different
in
way.
a different way. That's why understanding too matters. Some persons will insist, you offended me. You didn't say I'm sorry. He didn't say I'm sorry, but he just called to check, are you okay? I called to check on you. That is also an apology. Do you understand? So there are actions that speak actually louder than the formal way of registering regrets. Many of them, a call, a checkup, even eye contact, just being with you. There are body gestures that let you know that somebody is regretting an action done to you without necessarily saying, I am sorry. So, I am sorry is just being verbalized. There are actions that prove that indeed this one is sorry.
But if the person, the offender,
Yeah.
does not know how to say I'm sorry,
Yes.
is it healthy in a relationship? Because there are some people that word, they appreciate that word so much. I am sorry. From my own perspective, I think we should say I am sorry first
Before the
before
actions.
the action follows.
Okay.
Because we don't read, we have different perspective. You might be using your body language to say I am sorry, and I am not observant. And
Yes,
within me,
that
I'm
is
not you.
that is why we have forum like this, educating people. Traditionally, the best thing to say is, I am sorry. Traditionally. That's what we grew up with, that is what we met. But understanding human temperament and human build, some persons say this way without formally verbalizing it. Now, it's important we educate the people, and that is why we have forum like this. Okay, but yes, it's important to register a form of regret by saying, "I am sorry." Okay. Now, some persons don't say it. Some of them is a function of pride, over bloated self-ego. So anybody that has issues with "I am sorry," go and check them. They have issues with pride. They feel or they value themselves more. And so saying "I'm sorry" means I'm down. They are the offender, but they are still proud. And so, why should I tell the person I'm far above sorry? It is pride and it is wrong. It is condemned. Why I brought the initial concept in is we should also know that beyond sorry, some
There are
persons
also
can be
actions.
sorry
Yes.
without verbalizing it. But those people have issues with pride and ego. All right. And so, to help such people, when you start seeing them, accept it while we correct them.
Thank you so much, Jay,
Okay.
for the educative explanation. We always look forward to having you on the show, and we hope we'll always reach out to you whenever we have questions that troubles us as youths and as couples. Thank you so much, viewers, for joining us on today's episode. I would like us to also don't forget we like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. The subscription is free. Kindly also click on the notification button so that you could always see our new videos and also share to your loved ones. Thank you for joining us on today's show again, and hope to see you some other time. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Shalom greeting in Jesus' precious name.
Amen.